All right. Hey, team. I'm Jason. I'm here with Guy. He's got an awesome travel business called Let's Travel Today, and that's what we're here to talk about. So you guys may know me. I'm a business coach, and I've been doing that for about 5 years, but we're here to talk about Guy and his business, not me. So I just want to, again, thank Jennifer for having started this group during the pandemic and sticking with it, engaging the group, being consistent with it. And at the moment we're recording this anyway, I know that we're over 3,100 members in this group, which is amazing. So everybody can pour a drink out or clap or whatever you want to do for Jennifer. Thanks for sticking with this, Jennifer, and making this community what it is. And I'm excited about having Guy get some awareness out about his business.
All right, so my name is Guy Dorsonville. We're based out of Winston-Salem. I do it with my wife. She's not available right now. But we're based out of Winston-Salem. We do have a website, which is actually Let's Travel, the number 2day.com. So again, it's Let's Travel 2day.com. Try to keep it simple for everybody. Same type of branding. So it's easy to find us.
Perfect. And how long have you been in the travel business now?
So we've been in the travel business about 3 years officially.
Okay.
We traveled all over, still trying to continue to go more places. We've been to Cuba, Italy, Canada, Hawaii, a few different states, Dominican Republic. So the list, Nassau, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
And, we're just trying to share the joy of other people.
You developed this skill set to kind of like coordinate and plan out travel from having done it yourself. Now other people recognize, hey, you travel some, why don't you help me with this? And then, hey, there's a business opportunity in there, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great story. So what was your favorite experience you've had traveling?
By far, Italy.
Italy, okay, yep.
Yeah, we flew first class. So never been first class before, but if you go in first class internationally, I'm 6'2", and they had a chair that folded all the way out to like a bed, and I fit like totally on it. And they had like all the ice cream and the food, and that was just a plane ride over. But when we got there, I don't know if you guys ever seen like Stanley Tucci Searching Italy or something like that. That's a food show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the food was just amazing. So we would go to different places. We went to Florence. We went to, which is called Firenze, actually, for an Italian. We went to Venezia, which is Venice. Yeah, we went to Rome. And you can see I'm Catholic, so you can see the kind of the history of the church. And we went to Vatican City. So when we went to Vatican City, I felt kind of like an aura of holiness. so that was definitely interesting, and you definitely kind of have to get your bearings together. But it was cool to see different cultures and understand and get an appreciation in the smaller towns because there are some towns that didn't have internet or phone services, but they were very close and tight knit, and they were perfectly fine with that. So that kind of gives you a different perspective in how we do things over there. That's one of our best trips.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. That's got me daydreaming about Italy now. So, and I'm sure the others that are listening are going to be like, maybe Italy. So what do you what type of travel do you specialize in? What type of groups? Why don't you talk a little bit about who your best customers are in the marketplace?
All right. So this is an excellent question. So we actually specialize in cruises. Our philosophy, we'll do whole trips, but our philosophy is before spending 1 week in a place, you kind of want to try it out. So on a cruise, you get that opportunity to visit multiple destinations at a reasonable amount, right? Everything is included, food, entertainment, room and board, and you could check out the city, the different places, for about 8 hours, about a day or so. And if you like it, great. You can plan the next time to come back for a week. And if you don't like it, then you don't come back. But at least you know that ahead of time, instead of going somewhere for a week and not liking it.
And just going off a TripAdvisor or whatever you're looking at.
Right.
Yeah, that's I've actually never thought about a cruise that way. It's kind of like in and of itself, it's an interesting experience, but it's kind of like a sampler platter of destinations, to your point. And then it's like, hey, you know what, St. Lucia, I can see hanging out there longer. So when we get back, we call Guy, and first of all, that was an awesome trip, and second of all, we got dates for the next one, right? So that's good. So cruises are a specialty, and how does a cruise line, what kind of steps and safety measures and this kind of thing do they take to make sure that experience is everything it can be?
That's an interesting question. So we actually been on 2 cruises since the pandemic. One in November. This is on Carnival Horizon, and one in January, Martin Luther King weekend, which was on the Royal Caribbean. Now, both of these cruise lines do something a little bit different than each other, because obviously they're 2 different companies.
Yeah.
But there's hand sanitizer everywhere. All right. On a Royal Caribbean, they had a lady. She was even singing a song to wash your hands before you.
Oh, how funny! Yeah.
Yeah, before you go and get your food. For the most part, on Carnival, they were cleaning up even the floor with like 2 brushes and stuff. It's so clean. You could even eat off of the floor. It was really something to kind of watch the steps that they were kind of taking, and just their gratitude because a lot of the people that are on the cruise ships are from different countries. So just their gratitude of seeing people come back, so they could be employed, emboldened them to kind of make sure everything is clean and to kind of go off without a hitch. So I would say these times right now are some of the safest times to go.
Wow, I really appreciate your perspective you shared on that from the team member standpoint, the employee standpoint. And so something I talk about frequently with the businesses that I work with, 80% of consumer behavior is driven by emotion and 20% is driven by logic. So what you just described is that a feeling or a logical description that you just shared? The gratitude for patrons, the gratitude that the team exhibits, and you can feel that energy like you just described. Feeling that energy, they're grateful for you to be there, and that just enhances the experience. That's an emotional touch point or an emotional aspect of what's going on, and that's really what promotes repeat business and confidence in what I've invested in, and confidence in the experience that we're getting ready to take on, enjoy together. That's really powerful, and I'm glad that you noticed it and expressed it and described it that way, because that's pretty powerful.
So when we were leaving, because I'm frequent in a couple of different Carnival groups and stuff. We didn't have much money left, but what we did is we put our room steward's name. Like, we spelled it out in dollar bills, pouring him on the bed. So I brought him in, And I initially wanted to record it, but I didn't get a chance to because I was kind of overwhelmed with the emotion. So like when he came in the room and I showed it to him, he was like, "Oh my God, thank you." And started crying. So I couldn't, I couldn't even get my phone out to kind of, it was just kind of overall, but that was an awesome moment. And you could, you could tell he really appreciated being back and really appreciated what the patrons and stuff like that. So,
man, I'm so glad you shared this. So these interviews are intended to help us to get to know you, because people do business with people. We don't do business with businesses. We do business with people. And the fact that that's important to you and the way you describe that, I mean, guys, everybody out in Facebook world or whoever's seeing this wherever, because I'll make this available, you can share this outside of the Facebook group. Who do you want to work with for a travel agent or someone to help you do these trips? You want to work with somebody that's got this kind of a heart for the industry that he or she is serving or working inside of. And anyway, I think that's pretty meaningful. That's great, man. That's great.
I've actually created a kind of a list to kind of give people an idea of where to go. So in terms of like family friendly lists, Royal Carnival is more of an economical line. So this is where you'll kind of get the most for your buck. They contract with Dr. Seuss, so they have awesome water slides and stuff. Very family friendly. They have kids clubs from 4 through 17, and they're different clubs. So I think 15 to 17 is one club. Then you got 13 through 15, and then you have like a 6 through 10 and like a 4 to 6. They'll take care, for the people who have little kids, they'll take care of your kids essentially the whole day, including the night up to 2 a.m. in the morning. So, for a small fees. So, and they have like certified teachers and stuff, and it's great. So on our first cruise, we went to, we pulled our son out. He's 8, to come with us for lunch because they were closing for lunch. And he's like, "Why are you taking me out?" And I was like, "Well, they gotta eat also, right?" So and he's like crying to go back. So I was like, "Man, it
takes a lot of energy to deal with you little people, I need to eat.
Right. They don't even want to deal with me, right? They're like, "All right, I'm on my own now." So and this is a great way to meet different people from different backgrounds. Royal Caribbean is friendly also in terms of with kids. Mm-hmm. That's more of an upper scale kind of. If you want, and they have a Norwegian, which is. And Norwegian is kind of a big ship, so I think that has some family friendliness. Then there's Virgin Airlines. Virgin Cruise Lines, the same people that did Virgin Air.
Sure.
Right. And that's an adult only. So if you want adult only, no kids allowed, then you go on the Virgin Cruise Line.
Okay.
We do have a big inventory swap of all inclusives. Mm-hmm. So that's separated from the cruising part, but if you can go to all inclusive place, similar to cruise is kind of on land. Mm-hmm. And everything is included: food, drinks, kids clubs, all that stuff is included, and it's a safer environment. So and this is something that's underrated that many people may not look at. It's great to go to other countries, but you want to make sure you're going to a safe place so you can come back safely.
Right.
So at least in the all-inclusive area, it's kind of, that's the nice part of the country, basically. And you can still go out and explore and do whatever you want to do. but you know that you're not going to end up in any type of situation, being in a culture that you're not familiar with.
Yeah, I've got a background in outdoor retail, so we used to outfit people going on all kinds of trips all around the world. Really interesting stuff. And one of the families that came in to shop with us and work with us, they were like, it was high adventure stuff that they went, like from a cultural standpoint.
Right.
High adventure stuff, and they would not do too much booking of travel except for themselves. Like, hey, let's get into this village and spend a week here, and let's do this here, and and they got themselves into two different situations that they described to me. And I don't want to scare anybody, but one of them involved an AK-47 in a bus. In Mexico, like in the bad part of Mexico. And it's like, well, and he told me about that when they got back. He's like, so we're shifting our plans when it comes to travel moving forward because like that was a bit much,
Right.
So yeah, you do need to. You really do have to think about safety, and as savvy as you think you are, when you put yourself in an environment that you can't control, then you got to be thoughtful of that, particularly when you're with family and stuff. Not that your own life's not important, but you got additional responsibility when that's the case. And that's interesting. And so safety it's not that you can't go to Mexico. It's just like where in Mexico do you go, right? And and how do you travel about, and what do you need to look for and think about? That's interesting too, and you've got experience with that, so you can help navigate folks. You mentioned there's a specific cruise starting on October 1st. Why don't you describe what that looks like? And you shared with me there's room for 30 or more different couples to participate in this. So sounds like it's going to be a great time, and you can kind of get to know a lot of people, outside of this Zoom interaction that we're all too familiar with now. Why don't you describe this particular trip that you've got to share?
All right, so listen, we got a group cruise coming up October 1st through October 8th. All right, we're hosting it. Let's travel today. All right, if you've never been on a cruise before, the cruise starts the night before. Okay, so we got a sweet hotel that leads out from Port Canaveral. The night before. That's when the party starts. And then you can park your car there, or fly in, take a shuttle to the hotel. All right, we'll take the shuttle onto the cruise, and then we have a meet and greet on the cruise. All right, and then we have we're gonna give everybody $100 per room. Okay, an onboard credit. So what this means is some things that are on the cruise that are maybe a little bit extra, like specialty dining, which by the way is superb, $33. Wagyu steak, that's like one of the expensive steaks, and a 5-course meal, so can't really go wrong with that. All right. And this cruise has roller coasters, the first roller coaster at sea, and has a few other specialty items. You can buy drinks with it, or whatever you want to do. You get $100, $50 each person. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, all right. So we're going to Nassau, which is Nassau in the Bahamas.
Yep.
Right. One of, I think it's 180 islands or something like that. Most of them uninhabited. So we're going there. They do an awesome tour, which includes cheesecake, rum cake testing, wine testing, chocolate testing, and they take you through some of the most famous spots, including Atlantis, which is very fun. All right, so we'll hook you up with that tour guide. Then we're gonna get back on, and then we're going to go to Amber Cove, which is the Dominican Republic. All right, and this is kind of like a private island. So there are some islands that you're going to see that are, even though they're in another country, they're kind of private, secluded islands. So Amber Cove is one of those. You can go out into town, but then you have the safe haven of coming back. All right, and that town is like Puerto Plata or some of the other places.
Okay.
All right. Now, then we're gonna go to Grand Turk and Caicos, which is in the Turk and Caicos Islands. So I haven't been there yet. So, but I heard it's amazing. It's an amazing time. So that's just the 3 locations. Okay.
Right.
Now, one of the coolest things that I think that Carnival does is when you go around in October, all right, they got this like, I don't know, it's like a Halloween pirate or something like that you go onto the boat with, all right, and they do this whole Halloween costume party for kids and adults, all right, so everybody dresses up in their Halloween party one night, and then you're dancing, they pick you out of the crowd, and you're getting judged by people. And it's just a whole big party.
That's fun.
And yeah, it's definitely fun times. Now, I think I mentioned this earlier. This cruise has the first roller coaster uses kind of like a Porsche engine on here, and you can control it as 2 speeds. And you're going on the roller coaster while the boat is moving.
That's cool. Yeah.
Well, it's just one of the amazing things. It has rope courses, 4 water slides, and these water slides are pretty quick.
Yeah,
I think I have a video on on our YouTube channel, Let's Travel Today, and it goes pretty quickly. So overall, this is it's just a good time. A good way to meet people, and that's about it. You know, the value of friendship and meeting others in where people have a common goal, just having fun, is invaluable. We've met a couple in October of last year on the last cruise we went to, and we still keep up with them. They're from Detroit. Obviously we're in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and they're like, "Hey, guy, we're setting up, to go again this year, but having a baby, and so now we're in the lives now, right? So that's awesome, right? So we're
cool.
friends, talk to you about issues and all of that, and this is somebody that obviously they live a few states away from us that we would have never have met.
That's right. Right.
So that kind of brings the value of different cultures and brings kind of people together.
Yeah, man, you're just full of all kinds of cool perspectives. I like it. I believe that there is no connection that happens by chance. There's a design to it. Most of the time we don't understand the design, but there's a design to all of it. But you've got to put yourself in the environment and open yourself to the opportunities for those things to also occur. So you can stay at home and you can connect with people, but it's not the same as going out, getting yourself out there and engaging other people in different environments. And that's exactly what you're talking about doing. And that's really, you talk about a depth of life to be lived. I think that's a big aspect of it. But it sounds like I'm starting to open up a whole philosophical thing here. So I'll just leave that there. But that's such an important thing that you just mentioned, is connect with people that you haven't met and exchange information and keep up with them. It can be such a meaningful part of life. So let's see, you've got a website that we'll have a link for. I just found out a minute ago that you've got a YouTube channel. So we'll make sure that that's listed in the comments here, so people can connect and consume that content you've put out. Yeah, I'm guessing you have a Facebook page probably too for the business.
Right, we have a Facebook page.
Yeah, okay. I haven't dug. We just put this together as of yesterday, so I hadn't had time to connect with you all the different ways. So, and then I guess we'll include a link where it takes you to information for this October trip that you were talking about specifically too, right?
Right, absolutely.
Awesome. We'll do that. And any last thought you want to leave everybody with before we sign off here, man?
Yeah, I just want to leave everybody with, I wanted to get in touch more with people from our community to, even with businesses, right? Just because I understand the business aspect, right? When you're in business for yourself, you tend to be a workaholic, right? But even business owners, whether or not you're big or you're small, deserve a vacation, right? So, it's okay. You guys can budget, lay your hair down, or do whatever for 1 week, and we'll love to have you. That's it.
That's excellent, and I'll echo that. It reminds me of a great quote that actually a friend of mine shared years and years and years ago, and he said, "Jason, if you keep saying no when your friends ask you to go on a trip and do something fun, one day they're going to stop asking." And I thought that really resonated with me. I was like, man, I've got to get more serious about living life than whatever was getting in the way of me doing these things. So that's awesome. So Guy is your guy. You've probably heard that before. But Guy, it's wonderful to meet you, man. We'll share all your links and stuff so people can connect with you. It's been a pleasure connecting with you here. And hopefully everybody on the page will like your video and let you know that they watched it. And anybody that's going on a trip and just wants some input or ready to book something, reach out to Guy. He can hook you up.